Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Paula and this is your go-to glow up channel. So how's the staying at home going? I know that for me it's not bad at all. Like, I don't mind not going out for a long time still. Of course the situation is not nice, but like I'm really enjoying just staying at home and doing things on my own schedule and just, you know, leaning back a bit. And I feel like that's still how I'm going to be when we're let out. No, when we're let out, I'm going to go to a ton of events. Like anything anybody invites me to, I'm going to be there. But after a while, I'm going to relax and just continue with my schedule the way it is. Of course, there'll be a difference, like school runs and all, but I'm just going to create and stay home. How's your own staying at home going? Are you tired? Are you ready for it to end? Or would you like a few weeks more of this? Let me know in the comment section. So when I was little, I actually wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah, I've wanted to be a lawyer my whole life. Like, I remember in grade school, I had this a friend of the family who was a lawyer, and I just thought he was so cool. You know, I even tried to take a picture with his wig and gown, you know, because back then, I don't think people really did it consciously. It just went without saying that you had to be a doctor or a lawyer or an astronaut, one of these professional things, an accountant. It was just that or nothing. Like, there was, if you are not, then we don't know what your future is like. But time has changed, you know, and things are not so black and white anymore. But that's a story for another day. When I decided that would have been like grade 4. When I decided that I wanted to be a lawyer, I just put my head to it and that was it. We entered secondary school and I was good at English. That was a good sign. That was a good sign. She knows English, so law is going to be great for you. We came to GSC and then I was put in science class because they sort of graded it according to your grades, like how high you scored. And I was put in science class, but like me and maths, we have our differences, so it was not even a possibility at all. I had the option of changing it, so I changed to art class. So at around, I think my SS2 or SS3, I started to get interested in literary stuff like media and all that. So I'm like, okay, so what if it's not so, it doesn't have to be law? What if I can do something different? So I meet my mom and I'm like, Mommy, I'm thinking of, okay, and then we had some church situation, either drama or something, and I was a newscaster, but I did something. And you know, I got so many compliments like, oh my god, you can really do this, like, have you thought of, so you know, that got to my head and I was just floating. So I'm like, Mommy, I'm thinking, like, does it really have to be law? I'm like, I can, you know, do like mass communications and stuff like that. And the rest, they say, is history. Well, you know, my mom is not so harsh as such, but she did not encourage the mass communication. I thought of it, I considered it, but you know, when you're 15, you don't really have convictions as such. So that was it. Law it was. It was not hard to get law at the time. So I got my law at a time where a lot of people that wanted law didn't get it. So getting it and then rejecting it was not even an option. I will admit it was not terribly hard reading law because it was not that I didn't have an interest in it. I actually did. I will admit that I played a lot more than I should have. I could have been more serious. There was a time I decided to be serious. I think that was like a 300 level first semester. And you know, I just moved from like backbencher and occasional class comer to front seat, you know, teacher's pet. And I remember this particular lecturer, like everybody was scared of her, but like me and her were so cool because I was always in front of the class. I would write and ask questions, and you know, I was really gingered. In fact, I think the first day, like, my class members saw me in front, there were questions, but none was asked to my face. But I was consistent with it and it didn't go so bad. I remember one time I didn't wear the required black and white, so she drove the people that didn't wear black and white from the class, sending me out of the class. She's like, even you, my friend, you have to leave. So you know, I felt so good, like she regretted sending me out. So because I really went from 0 to 100, like legit. If I came to an empty class, I would sit in the back or somewhere middle-aged, but definitely not in front. So that was an experience. But I think after that first semester, there was some sort of strike. Yeah, there was a really long strike, and by the time I came back, all the ginger had gone and I was back to my wherever behind seats. But anyway, jokes aside, I read law in university, and then we made it to law school. And then I had no plans to like get married to a lawyer or anything like that. But I met him and he was a lawyer, and I'm like, okay, so this is the universe aligning in my favor. I went to law school and it was great. It was great. But by law school, I was starting to question whether I wanted to be a practicing lawyer or whether I wanted to do like a different kind of law, maybe like corporate law or stuff like that. By the end of law school, I was almost certain that I didn't really want to practice, but then where would I go apart from practice? So I've always liked to dabble in writing, like literary stuff, um, talking, writing, reading, stuff like that. So I started to play around with that, and I was already a makeup artist for like 3 years before I got married. Even that started to slow down a bit. So after makeup, what's next? So I'm like, okay, let me start a business. Let me start a side business. Next thing that came to mind was hair, because I was really interested in human hair and it was an upcoming industry. So I started that as a side business, but then it grew really nicely, and I still had not decided what exactly I wanted to do with my law degree. And I just knew I didn't want to practice like court, go to court and stuff, but I still didn't know what it is I wanted to do exactly. And then my cousin is also like, okay, YouTube, you do great for YouTube. I'm like, nah, that's not going to happen. But it stayed, at the back of my mind, and I started having more and more things I wanted to talk about. Like I would find things would come up in my mind, and I'll just write them down and be like, okay, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to develop this. But then it just never really happened. I kept trying to grow the hair business, and I just moved from stage to stage, learned a lot of things, found the proper vendors over time, and established a presence. And it was doing very okay, it was doing okay. But then more and more I started feeling like I was ignoring my creative side. So because I had to be a bit creative to advertise online, to advertise my hair business online, I was starting to think, okay, maybe I could actually do videos on the side too, the side hustle to my side hustle. Maybe I could actually talk about the things that I am passionate about in a YouTube video. So eventually I decided to go for it, and that is how I ended up on YouTube. And somehow it just opened up a whole different door. Like I was just going further and further away from the law, because this now opened more doors. Like I'm going to learn all these things, and then while learning them I'm like, okay, why don't I teach people? Because around here people don't really understand what's going on with this thing, like with YouTube, with digital content creation and all that. So that is how I ended up here. A few days ago I actually put out my first course. It's visual digital content creation, and it was because when I was running my hair business, there were times when I wished there were things that I could do different from others, if I could pass my message across in more interesting ways. So if I had known what I am teaching in this course now, I think it would have helped my business a lot. What I'm teaching is a way to pass your message in a creative way, simple. All those graphics that you see online, short video clips about your product. That's just it, because people are getting more visual as they're being online. So it's really what you show them that will catch their attention before they even read about the product. So you may have a good product and sell it shabbily, and that's just not going to work. So that's what I'm teaching in my course. It is 2,000 naira. If you're interested in taking the course, I'm going to drop a link to the course in the comment section. So yeah, that's how I drifted away from law, and now I'm more into content creation. Now I'm just allowing my creative side to take over, and I'm really enjoying it. It's something I'm passionate about. It's something I can wake up and be creating from morning till night. If I set down ideas, I work on the channels I'm already on, like get Instagram content, get YouTube content done. Before I know it, the day is over. So that's basically, in fact, what I'm doing while we're at home. I think that this journey has taught me that your plans are not God's plans, and He knows what He has put in you, what's going to make you shine. And if life is leading you in a different direction from where you thought you were going to go, then there's a higher power at work. And so far I'm not feeling bad at all that things did not go the way I thought they were going to go. I'm actually really excited about it, and I'm seeing so many possibilities like all around. So basically, this is how I moved from law to content creation. If you're for any reason feeling like things are not going the way you want them to go, just remember that God truly has a plan for everybody. Like when he says, I know the plans I have for you, he truly knows what he's saying. So you guys should not feel like you're not where you want to be or where you're supposed to be, and just try to make the best of where you are now, because this life is a journey. Like, even if you're feeling like you're stagnant, you're still on a journey and you'll get there eventually. So just calm down. Anyway guys, like I didn't see myself giving this long story, but I hope that it has helped you in any way, and if you can relate to this, please let me know in the comment section. And well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.